We want to say what's the scoops to U.S. Senator Brian Schatz, who joins us right now. Aloha, Senator.
Aloha.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Nice to be here.
Wait, I just got to make sure.
I just wanted to touch it.
Himo, that's his brother. I got to make sure.
I know. And it's still so young.
I know.
Oh, but good work.
Thank you so much, and happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays. Great to be home.
Yeah, very good to have you on our set. This is your first time, and I know this year, thus far in Washington, D.C. has been quite challenging. There's been a government shutdown, there was DOGE, and funding cuts that many of our Hawaii nonprofits depend on, right? But we want to spend, if it's okay with you, some time talking about an exciting grant program with bipartisan support that is aimed at arts and culture for Native Hawaiians. Talk about that for us.
Yeah, it's really exciting, and it does have bipartisan support with my friend Lisa Murkowski from Alaska. We always have that Alaska-Hawaii partnership on culture and conservation. And you know, the basic idea is simple. It's that I bring home federal funds, and I don't want it to be exclusively for the Department of Defense and the Department of Transportation. There's all this exciting stuff happening in arts and culture. You know, the Bishop Museum has gotten money. We got $11 million for Maui for both a facility for disasters, but also a facility to have hula. And what I am seeing over the last 10 years or so is a real rebirth in the ability for people to make money in Native arts and culture.
Oh, yes.
Native arts and culture has always been our strength, our core, our basis for culture here. But I think what's different is we're trying to make it so that people can make a living, because not everybody is Karen Kiawe Hawaii and can make a living.
Not everyone is the goat,
But I'm early.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Now, Senator, I'm confident that there are Native Hawaiian organizations or NHOs that are going to hear this message, and what do they have to do to be eligible for the funding?
It's a little complicated, so basically just go to my office, schatz.senate.gov, and we'll walk you through it. But right now it's a little bit too bureaucratic, where you basically have to meet a bunch of kind of unrealistic standards. So we're pushing the money out, but what we're trying to do is pass a new law to make it really, really simple for NHOs, because you should spend all of your time doing your practice, right? And not as much time doing your grant applications and your compliance and whatever. We're trying to make it as simple as possible for practitioners, and especially the small ones. The Bishop Museum is great, Maui County is great, but we also want those small nonprofits to be able to make a living doing what they do.
Yeah.
And also, we all know, well, except this gentleman here, that Auntie is not too savvy with the computers, but I understand that, it provides an accessible, streamlined process. You saw how I went segue into that? Okay. Now tell us all about that.
Yeah, well, basically right now, the Department of Interior is putting up barriers to Native Hawaiian organizations accessing the funds. And so we basically have a law that we passed out of the Senate, and we're trying to pass it out of the House to make it super simple so the NHOs can apply directly and get resources. And right now, it's only the big ones that have you got a grant administrator and accountants and all that. And you can do that if you're a county, you can do that if you're Bishop Museum, but if you're a small nonprofit, it better be simple, otherwise you're not going to be able to access that money. So we're trying to make it simple and make sure the federal funds that come don't only go to the big flagship organizations, but not just on Oahu, but across the state of Hawaii.
Well, we mentioned that the Senate side has the bipartisan support. How about the companion bill over in the House?
The House is a little trickier because it's a little more partisan over there. But we feel that we have a reasonable shot. Our two House members are working really hard at that. And Tom Cole, who's the chairman of the Appropriations Committee, is also, he's Cherokee Indian. And so he and I have a good relationship because we try to take care of each other's, Native interests. And so we're trying to work it through the House. I don't have any guarantees because it's a little nuts over there, but we're still pretty hopeful.
You think?
That's a great soundbite. I like that. It's a little nuts over there. All right. Well, Senator Schatz, thank you so much for helping to push this legislation through. I hope it can really benefit our Native Hawaiian artisans, our mea hana no'eau here in Hawaii. Because you're right, it's not just a practice for them. Nowadays, it can also be a way for them to derive an income, which is super important because we want to practice our traditional arts and culture. But yeah, it would be also great for them to also be able to thrive in the business.
Pay
as
rent
well.
and pay mortgage. Everybody needs to do it.
Right on. Well, Senator, please come back anytime. Again, U.S. Senator Brian Schatz, schatz.senate.gov if you want to get more information. If you have an NHO, if you know somebody, by all means, go check out his website. And thank you so much, Senator.
And I want to say thank you, because, you know, when you vote, it's the freedom of the, you know, I have no shame and shyness in saying I voted for you.
Oh, you're so kind. Thank you so much. This is an honor. You guys are great, but this is an honor.
Yeah, that's what we said. We're the donkeys, share the gold. All right. Senator Brian Schatz, thank you so much for representing us in Washington, D.C. Appreciate it. All right.